So today we're here at the RV working on one of the worst forms of oxidation you can have, commonly referred to as ratatosis.
That means Ratatouille was here?
Yeah, so this right here is a fuel injector plug, and this is the wires that a mouse or rat or some type of rodent have completely chewed through. As we dig in deeper and get down into the engine compartment here we've got a vacuum line that's chewed in half. Here's the other end of it, and here's the line with looks like another sensor or something. That wire's chewed. Here's where the fuel injector was chewed off. Here's another fuel injector line completely chewed off. So yeah, we've got to get in there. Of course, there's not a lot of space, and see if we can't expose all these wires so we can repair them. Fun. If you take this to a shop and have them do it, well, number one, you'd have to have it towed, because with 2 injectors down it won't even run. And once you pay for towing and everything, then the hourly labor rate, etc., man, it'd add up fast. Probably cost you $1,000 or so. Who knows? More than I'm gonna pay. I'll fix it myself. But what a pain in the butt. Good news is that we threw some poison out and they ate it up. And that little bag that is laying there looks like a little tea bag. It's kind of a little smelly bag of potpourri thing called rodent repellent, botanical rodent repellent, and it just smells. Seems to keep them out somewhat. They didn't come back in and build a nest on top of it, so I guess it works. Anyway, that's what we're doing today. So first thing I'm doing is just trying to move stuff out of the way and expose the area best I can so I can get in and out of there. So this is actually the main wire harness. Luckily they didn't mess with this thing, but I'm just disconnecting it so that I can fold it aside and have it out of the way. Otherwise it's hanging down right in the area where I need to access. Do I even need to do that? I don't know. Sometimes just figuring out how to get these things apart is the biggest challenge. There it is. Okay. So I'll just fold them off to the side, get them out of the way. And next thing I gotta do is just kind of reach in here and start working some of the electrical tape off. For some reason this area right down here, I guess, is flat, and they like building a nest in here. Grass. That'd probably get hot and make a nice little fire driving home. Of course, you got these little green balls. That's rodent poison. So I was throwing out poison for him, and he was literally packing it up in here to his nice new house, storing up food for the winter. line out of my way. So we got to, here's a couple of those wires that go to the fuel injector. And this wire, I'm not sure, I can't see where it goes, but here it is. So, temperature sensor. Okay, so we got these wires cleared. We basically had to get all the electrical tape far enough back so we could work with these wires. Now what we need to do is go in with a pair of wire cutters and we'll clip all these rough ends, cut out all the damage, and then I think we have enough wire on the fuel injector plugs that we can just reconnect them without having to add wire to it. But we'll give it a thorough check and see what we need to do. If we need to add any wire or not, I think we'll be okay. I also trimmed the ends off on this vacuum line, so then we'll put a little piece of rubber hose in between that to join it back together. So that's an easy fix. And the wiring, since I don't see any other wires, it just comes down to the 2 fuel injector plugs and the temperature sensor wire. We should be able to fix all this up, no problem. And hopefully that's all the damage there is. Otherwise we'll have to dig deeper and figure out how to get inside the engine compartment further to look for any more damage, but hopefully this is it. Can't get a grip on it.
Is it too thick?
So what I'm doing right now, I'm just trying to open up these old connectors and pull the wires out so I don't have to cut any wire and shorten it any further on these fuel injector connectors. Alright, so we've got these wires cleaned up. Basically just cut off the chewed up part and cut down the insulation, so we've got some bare wire hanging out the end. Now we'll use butt connectors to join them back to the other side of the wires for the injector plugs. Alright, so we've reconnected the wires using butt connectors. Some people argue that this is not the best way to do it. It's better to solder it, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? This works. I've done it a million times without problems, and it works. Is it the best? I don't know. Debatable. Maybe, maybe not. Probably it puts a little bit more resistance in the line, but at the end of the day, it gets the job done. And considering I'm out in the field, you know, middle of nowhere basically, I don't necessarily have I don't even have a soldering gun out here, for example, so not a method I typically use. This works. Okay, so you can see The butt connectors on this second fuel injector here, we left that exposed. There's nothing there for it to chafe on, so there really is no point right now in wrapping it with electrical tape. Obviously that doesn't stop the mice, so no big deal. This other one we went ahead and wrapped all the way with electrical tape. It's plugged back in. And here's that vacuum line. We took a piece of vacuum hose and basically slid it over the ends of the hard line, so that just forms a splice. So that should be good. And we did wrap this line here, which was the temperature sensor gauge. We rewrapped that with electrical tape. I didn't see any damage on the wire. It just appeared he chewed through the insulation, so we just wrapped it with some electrical tape to replace that insulation and shield it so it doesn't ground out anywhere. And other than that, I do not see any damage on this side. We can try to clean some of this grass and stuff out of here. But that appears to be everything that he messed with over here. We do need to get in on the other side and see if we can find anything over there that's damaged. I did see a little bit of grass over there, so there ain't no telling if we got any damage or not. But we'll try to get these little rat poison balls out of here and all this grass and stuff so it doesn't catch on fire going down the road. And then I think we can put her back together and we should be good to go. But that's where we're at right now. Got it cleaned up, reassembled, and ran it for 400 miles without any problems. So I'll say that was a success. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. God bless.